What's up, everybody? Back again. I'm in a real talkative mode, and I know I've been slipping on my YouTube time. So now that I put my son to sleep, um, let's talk about his birth. Okay, so um, my son name is Servani, Chandre Servani Harris. Okay, so my son, the man of my life, he was born 7 pounds 3 ounces, and he's like 20 something inches long. Um, he was born at like two something in the afternoon by my doctor, C-section. Um, Last time it was like me pretty much going through labor again at like the first time, because when I had my daughter, it was an emergency C-section. We really didn't have time to talk. I didn't know what was going. Ooh, sorry about that. I didn't really know what was going on. They were just trying to, get her out. Because I was getting ready to have a stroke, and I could have died and she would have died too. So, with him, it was real calm pace and everything. It was a scheduled cesarean section. Um, First, I had not a doctor. I had a nurse. She didn't know what she was doing. It was her first time dealing with like registering, uh, and labor and delivery. So that took forever. My sister, she came down from Tampa, and she was just like, it was her first time being able to be there with me, having my daughter. So, I mean, with my son, because she missed being with my first child because she wasn't allowed to be there. My auntie was, mean. She said my husband was a pedophile. She's gay. She's lesbian or whatever. Because we're lesbians. My wife was a, pedophile. Um, so this was the first time my sister could be like really involved because she's grown and she do what she want to do. She stays on her own now, and so she was there, and I did not know that I was going to be in recovery for so long, like 4 hours. Because had I known that, I would have told them like, okay, y'all be there for me when I first get there, and then like y'all go, But I don't know. I understand why they stayed, because they were scared something would have happened. But I was in recovery for like 4 hours, so I didn't I didn't come in the room till like 5, 6 o'clock or whatever, and I was just like kind of pissed off because I'm like, why it take so long, whatever. But they had to make sure I came off the anesthesia. Like I really was confused because I didn't go through these changes with my daughter. Um, so anyways, during the labor and delivery, I was in there. My mother was in there with me. Um, I really didn't know how to get in contact with my husband. I did, but I didn't. I could have went to her grandmother's house or whatever to get in contact with her, but I really felt like, why should I have to look for her? She know around when my due date was or whatever. She knows how to get in contact with my mother. I shouldn't have to chase her. But at that time, I guess you can say we still was like, beefing with each other. So my mother was in the labor and delivery room with me, and they were having problems finding my what is it called, the spot where you have the spinal tap. They was having problems, I guess you could say, because my butt is too big and I have such a deep like arch in my back. So that was kind of different. My doctor taught me in a nice way I have a big ass. I do, but wasn't expecting the doctor to tell me that. It's kind of awkward. I'm damn near naked, and whatever. Wasn't concentrating on that. So, they had to call in like two different people to come try to do the spinal tap or whatever. And my doctor's like bending me over, trying to, help them with reaching the spot they need to reach so everything goes numb. I really wanted general anesthesia because I was like so scared. I was like, oh my God, because if something go wrong. Last time with my daughter, I had a anxiety attack. So I didn't want to do that this time and, like flip out on the doctors again. So he was like, once he explained it to me, he was like, he was going to have to put a tube down my throat, make sure I was breathing. He was going to have to the baby was gonna get those drugs too because it's in my system, and then it was gonna have to put a tube down his throat to make sure he's breathing. And I was just like, I had to be the bigger person and be a mother and just be like, that's too much. I'm just gonna have to face my fear. I obviously signed up for this. I signed up for it, so I need to do what I need to do. Just grow some balls, I guess you could say. So I was scared. I was shaking. I was like, oh my God, whatever. My mom's like, you can do it, baby. You got a high pain tolerance and all this other stuff. And, because I play football and weightlifting and all this other shit. I was a tomboy, believe it or not. So mom was like, you got this, baby. You got it. Whatever, I'm going to be here, whatever. If you need to squeeze my hand, squeeze my hand. So, I was so terrified because of what happened with my daughter. I was already just expecting the worst. And honestly, I did want my husband to be there, no tomorrow, regardless of how mad I was. I did want her to be there. But my friend was there. She was there, the one that she fought. And, she kind of felt bad because she was like, because that night that she wanted to come over, I really didn't want her to come over. And I was like, because, y'all going to be fighting or something like that. And I don't want these problems or whatever, da-da-da-da. She was like, well, damn, it's like that, whatever, whatever. So I went to feeling bad. And I was like, okay, well, come over, come watch a movie, chill. That's when all that shit happened. And so she was there. She stayed by my side, not only because, she liked me, but she stayed by my side because she knew that the reason why my husband wasn't there was because of her only thinking of herself and her wanting to be there that night. We all were responsible some kind of way, you know what I'm saying? Because I could have just been like, no, whatever, me and my husband going through the changes. Though I did say that, I didn't hold to it, and I should have. So I do own up to that much. But anyway, back to the delivery. So, after they finally got it, it took a while. It just seemed like because they've been trying so long or whatever, and then they gave me the antibiotic and all this other stuff, it's like the medicine went so quick, and I don't really take medicine. I don't really take medicine like that, so it just went so fast. It's just like, so they kept asking me, do I feel it? Do I feel it? Do I feel it? Even though the medicine took over so fast or whatever, I still felt it. So it's like my mom said, I have a high pain tolerance. So they had to pretty much drug the hell out of me. So it was to the point, it was like I could barely talk. I felt like I was just really drunk or really high or whatever. So they went ahead, they cut me and all this other stuff. They accidentally did something, but something went wrong, but they didn't want to tell me at the time because they said they were scared that I would have freaked out on them, which 9 times out of 10, 9.5% out of 10, I probably would have. And so they get him out. He's screaming like no tomorrow. He had beautiful lungs. I heard everything. And my mom runs over there. She's taking pictures like, oh, grandma, baby, snap, snap, snap. Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, he's so beautiful. Shane, look, da-da-da-da. So I'm trying to look, but I can't look because all the nurses are trying to tend to the baby. Mama's taking pictures and all this other stuff. They're like, okay, step over here, ma'am. She's taking pictures and stuff. But I'm hurting for some reason. I don't know why I'm hurting. I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? I'm trying to tell my mom to come in, but once again, I was so drugged up, I couldn't talk. So all I could do was just go wait, here you go. I'm telling my mom, I'm doing like this with my hand. My mom's so into my son, she's not paying me no damn attention. Okay, I don't exist now. The baby here, fuck her. All right, so I felt like something was wrong. Well, actually, it was something wrong. So she come back over there. They try to show me the baby. I see him. I'm like, okay, he's good. He's here. He got I was like, he got all his toes, his fingers. Mom's like, yeah. I was like, okay, good. I'm like, he here. I did my part. You know what I'm saying? I love my son. But I was in pain. I'm like, okay, oh my God, what's going on? Mind you, I'm still supposed to be on medication. What happened, y'all, was they accidentally cut my intestines. Yeah, accidentally cut my intestines, and they had to stitch me back up. So the pain that I was feeling was them stitching my intestines back up so I wouldn't have that problem or whatever anymore. So, you know, I really couldn't say too much to my mom or whatever. She was too busy, like, infatuated with my son being a grandmother. No problem. No problem, whatnot. So I'm like, okay, just suck it up. So I'm just like, oh my God, whatever, whatever. Going through changes, they stitch me up, whatever. Garter belt over me because they want to make sure I don't bust my intestines and all this other stuff. So I'm squeezed into this tight ass garter thing. It's like, whatever. They take me to the recovery. I'm in there for 4 hours. I'm like, okay, when can I get out? You know, I only see my son for like 2 seconds. So I'm like, okay, where's my son? You can't bring him in here. Just like, no, you can't. You know, we can't bring him in the recovery room. I was like, well, where is he? Well, they done took my son to the room with my family. My family's in the room. So I don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. They wondering like, okay, why she hasn't made it back yet? Okay, so my mom's like going up and down the hall like, where's my daughter? What's wrong? Why she's in recovery so long? She's only supposed to be in recovery for 2 hours, this, that, and the third. So they step to the side, tell my mother, like, what happened? Like, we accidentally cut her intestines, da-da-da-da. We got to make sure she's okay, make sure she's not bleeding out, blah, 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 blah. So they finally bring me out. The nurse, she, you know, I'm a big girl, but this nurse, she wasn't too damn small herself. She, act like she couldn't push me to the room because she act like she needed help. Mind you, the bed is on wheels. All right. So I was like, well, damn. She was like, well, yeah, because I'm going to need somebody to hold the door and all this other stuff. So I was like, I can hold damn doors myself. You know, give me to my son or whatever. And so we wait. She prolonged this some more until she seemed like I was getting to the point where I'm, you know, I'm cool peoples. But, you know, when it come down to my kids, I don't play the radio on my other half. So I'm like, I was like, lady, if you don't take me to go see my son, so I know he okay, I'm finna get up out this bed. So she was like, okay, well, let's go. Yeah, let's go. I can hold the door my damn self. I can push the button, whatever you need me to do. Tell me what you need me to do. I can hold my IV bag, honey. I ain't tripping, you know. So I get there, whatever, and I'm trying to see my son or my family. Oh, you okay? Okay, you just that. I'm not trying to see y'all. Y'all move out the way. I'm trying to see my baby, you know. So I'm like, where's my baby? My son's not in the room, so they have to go get him. Everybody's like, you okay, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, whatever, whatever. My son comes, I look at him, I'm sorry, crying, having my emotional moment that I probably should have had when I was in the labor and delivery room, but I was so damn scared. I didn't know what to expect. So I see this old beautiful, bright-skinned baby, though I'm chocolate as can be. And I just fall in love all over again. Like, my daughter's 4. And it's just like it's been so long since I've held a newborn baby or smelled a baby. And I just was so infatuated and obsessed about how he smelled or his hair or whatever, whatever. And like at the hospital I was at, they don't allow you to keep the baby in the room the first 2 days by yourself. So somebody has to be in there or whatever. So at that point, I was just like, that's what's up. So you know, my friend, she stayed there because I didn't want him to go to the nurses. So she pretty much stayed there until she couldn't no more, until she just had to get up and go to work. So, you know, and I just held him and all this other stuff. And I was just like so twisted because I had so many mixed feelings. Like I was like, okay, my husband's supposed to be here, but, you know, she's here. And, you know, she was holding the front down or whatever. And I was just like, okay, I don't know, but I just got to do what I do and be a mom. So I don't know, this video long, so I'm gonna have to give y'all part 2. So tune in. Be right back.